So it's been a little over a year since I've last owned a car, which was that blue 2006 Toyota Wish which I did a review on. That car has since been exported. Last I heard it was somewhere in the Middle East, most likely in transit to somewhere in Africa. I'm not sure where that car is or if it still even exists in one piece. Maybe it has been scrapped or parted out. Maybe it's still out there. One engine and gearbox rebuilt, and I'm sure it'll be good for another 250,000 kilometers. Or maybe its parts will live on to keep other cars on the road, or its materials will be recycled to make the next generation of automobiles. Meanwhile, for me, life still goes on. To be fair, I am used to not traveling by car. I've always gone around with other means of transport, and I didn't rely on my parents to drive me around before I got my driver's license. Even after I got my license, I didn't gain exclusive access to the Wish, so when that was unavailable, I just had to find other ways to get around. However, it has been a while since we've not had a car at all. Remember, we were the first owners of that Wish and we kept it for a whole 15 years. So not having a car we can just hop in and drive at any time was a change that we did feel in our lives. We did have to make some adjustments to the way we did things. For instance, buying small amounts of groceries frequently as part of our commutes instead of a big grand trip to the supermarket ending with a full shopping trolley. And for that, I realized I haven't even touched a single supermarket trolley in a very long time. Now, of course, it's not like we've completely not used cars at all during this time. We do ride cabs as and when we need to, and sometimes we even rent cars, which are the cars I've been using to film videos for this channel. I guess this is the more financially sensible way to live, considering the current fuel prices and the completely broken car ownership system of this country. But I do sometimes miss having my own car, even though I have absolutely no desire to use one for my daily commute. I'll probably get something fun once I have the financial means to, most likely registered as a classic car. Living without a car has greatly changed the way I see how the world works. No matter where in the world you live, regardless of how well developed it is, chances are you'll realize that infrastructure for cars is often better than infrastructure for other modes of transport. It's actually quite crazy when you think about just how much of the world is built around cars, considering that cars have only been around for barely a century. Even in such a car-unfriendly place, it is often almost overwhelming and alienating to be squeezed onto a broken, narrow sidewalk while cars get many lanes of beautifully paved tarmac. Tarmac that is supposed to be a privilege, but those privileged enough to use it often treat it as an entitlement. Beyond the lack of a car, a lot of other things have changed in my life, and it has greatly changed how I view my life and the world around me. I keep insisting that I'm not emotionally attached to that car, but that car was with me for the majority of my life in this world. I said the arrival of that Wish marked a new chapter in our lives, and now the departure of that car has marked another chapter in our lives. I can literally divide my life into eras of pre-Wish, Wish, and post-Wish. Living without a car has also made me reflect on my own obsession with the automobile and what it means to be a car enthusiast. It made me look beyond the individual connection with the car and see its impact on society. It's always fascinating to see how even the most mundane objects can tell such a story about people, how a mode of transport has become such an integral part of our civilization. Don't get me wrong, I still love cars, and I love making content for this channel, but my view of the automobile has changed quite a bit. Living away from the automobile can clear your mind of desire for an automobile and give you a new perspective of life. I'm a Buddhist, admittedly not a very good one, but I do believe in its core teachings and the importance of moderation and balance. And I believe these principles can and should be applied to many things in life. We could all use a bit of Buddhism in our lives. So put down those car keys and go for a walk or a bike ride. The world looks different when you don't have a windshield in front of your face.